For so long, we bury our trauma, our traumatic experiences, and it's like we become numb to it. It's like we don't notice the hurt, the pain that we're experiencing. And it's like we brush it under the rug and just be like, oh, I'm fine. They don't hurt me or whatever. But in reality, what we're actually doing is we're taking those seeds of trauma and burying them underneath the surface. And by them being buried, when you bury a seed, it grows, obviously. And you don't realize that you've become so numb to a lot of things, so hardened and cold hearted to a lot of things, that it forces you to detach. It forces you to not be able to connect with people. And I want to say be able to, but it forces you to not want to connect with people on a deeper level. So the longer you are not receptive, or you're closing off your ability to connect with people, it's like your connection becomes closed off. There is a struggle for you to connect on a deep level with someone, or to certain emotions or situations or whatever. And you didn't understand then, when you were naive and you were gullible and you were going through these traumatic events, that you're supposed to feel these things. You are supposed to feel your emotions, but you also have to be emotionally intelligent enough to put those emotions where they belong. Feel them, journal about them, talk about them, get them out, and move past it. Learn the lesson and move past it. But the things that we go through life, when we go through life doing that, we don't understand emotional intelligence until we actually study up on this stuff, until we actually are taught these things, right? And I recently just learned that there is a lot of things that I deal with and I operate out of because of traumatic events that's happened to me in the past, that I never realized was actual, like, deep level trauma. Until you start healing and unpacking these things and what actually happened to you, and what you actually went through, until you start actually going through the process of healing, you don't realize that no matter how much you buried this stuff, no matter how much you try to act tough towards it or be strong and just deal with it and just take the pain and brush it off like it's nothing, basically, you bury that stuff, and it's there. It's there, and it's gonna affect you in the future. It's gonna affect your future relationships. It's gonna affect your future friendships. It's gonna affect the way you communicate with people, how you connect with people on a deeper level, on a genuine spiritual level. And being on a spiritual journey has taught me that I'm more damaged than I thought. I knew I had issues. I knew I had problems. I knew I had healing to do, basically. But being on the actual healing journey has shown me a lot about myself. And I'm at a point now where I take responsibility for my own actions throughout every situation that I've ever been through. Like, every situation that you go through, it takes two to tango, basically. It takes two. And there's that person's responsibility for it, there's your responsibility for it, and then there's you two meeting in the middle. Whereas if you can't meet in the middle, you still have to take your responsibility and just leave it, walk away. You are responsible for you. You are responsible for your own actions. And journaling this morning, doing activities of self-awareness this morning, I realized that accountability when I thought I was taking accountability and responsibility for my own actions, I really wasn't. Like, I really wasn't understanding it on a deep level, understanding that I played a part too. I too am a flawed human being. I am a damaged human being. I am a human being who needs God to strengthen me and my weaknesses, to help me heal. Right? I'm not perfect. None of us are perfect. And whenever I would say that and feel that, I never understood it on a deep level. I don't, like, not as deep as I do now. But like now I see that there have been a lot of situations, a lot of patterns in my life that were a result of me not taking accountability, a result of me not looking at myself, really deep diving into myself and saying, okay, why am I going through this? What is this teaching me? What do I need to change or shift within myself so that I don't repeat this cycle again, so that I don't meet this same situation in the future? What is it that I need to change now? How can I see this from a different perspective? Because a lot of times we look at things in a negative light and we point the finger and we play victim, and at like everything around us and everybody, the other person or people that are involved in a situation are the villain. When in reality, we are our own villains. We have to really take a deep dive within, look within ourselves, seek help, okay? Seek the knowledge of God, seek the wisdom of God, journal, and get this negative stuff out of us, because we've been programmed. We've been programmed our entire lives, growing up pretty much, and then the situation that you go through as an adult, as a young adult. We've been programmed to think that these things are okay. I didn't realize that the life I was living was a complete lie, and it's just a false reality. And this is not the way that, it was not the way that God intended for me to live, intended for me to think, intended for me to operate, right? So healing looks like tearing down an old building, reconstructing the foundation through Christ, all right, and rebuilding. And that's literally what I'm in the process of, is, rebuilding. Everything is torn down. I'm becoming a whole new person, and I'm learning so much in the process. And I just want somebody else to know that you have to really look within yourself, no matter what type of situation you are in. I don't care what the other person on the other end is doing towards you or to hurt you. You still got to look at your own actions, because at some point you got to say, who is this person that is tolerating this type of behavior? Who is the type of person that is engaging in this kind of activity? Who am I? What do I want to become? Do these things align with who I want to become? What is bruised or damaged or broken within me that I need to fix, that I need to heal, that I need to take accountability for, so that I don't repeat this cycle going forward? Healing is growth and transformation. Healing is not looking at the other person on the end of the bargain and saying, oh, it's your fault. You did this to me. You did that and the third. Like, it's not that. It doesn't matter what they're doing. Accountability looks like taking responsibility for your actions. You are in control of you. You are in control of what you put out, what you tolerate. You are in control of that stuff. So really take a deep dive within yourself and take accountability for your own actions. Stop playing the victim, because you're not a victim. You create the story for your own life. You create your own reality. So I don't know who needs to hear this, but definitely was a word for me. So I love you.